Alright, we've just had a look at slopes of graphs. What we're going to do now is look at horizontal and vertical graphs. I've left this one on. This is one on the last lesson, which was y equals 2x minus 3. So for whatever x is, times it by 2, take 3 off, and it should give us this graph. And we've already worked out that the 2 bit here is the slopiness of it. So this 1 along 2 up, 1 along 2 up. And the minus 3 bit here is what they call the y-intercept. It's where it crosses the y-axis. So it goes through minus 3 here. Now in fact you can actually look at that graph and draw the graph from it. You find the minus 3 bit down here, so you put your pencil in there, put across, and then this is 2x, so you're going to just go put your pencil in there and you go 1 along 2 up, put across, 1 along 2 up, put across, 1 along 2 up, put across, and that's how you would draw the graph. Simple as that. We'll cover that in another lesson, but what I want to look at now are horizontal and vertical lessons. What about it? See, this has got a 2x minus 3. What about if it just had where are we? What about if it just had y equals minus 3? There's no x in there at all. What does that mean? Well, that means that whatever you set the x coordinate to, y is always going to be minus 3. So let's say we're looking at this graph here, and I'll press return in a second so you can see what it does. But we say x is 1, well y is going to be minus 3, there'll be a cross there. X is 2, y is going to be minus 3. What about if x is 4? Y is going to be minus 3, there'll be a cross there. What about if x is minus 2? Y is going to be minus 3 across there. What about if x is minus 5? Y is going to be minus 3. So that would sort of suggest we're just going to end up with just a straight line going across there, where every single point on it will be y equals minus 3. And if we check that, how do I do that? There it is. There is y equals minus 3, the line going straight across. In other words, whatever coordinate we pick on there, x can be any number we like, y is going to be minus 3. What about if we change this to y is equal to plus 2? So in other words, if x is 3, y is plus 2, there'll be a cross there. Or x is minus 4, y equals plus 2 there. Well, that's basically what you get. You get a straight line going straight across the top there. Now, with food plot, it's a bit difficult to try and do x coordinates. It's slightly fiddly. I'll show you how to do it, but you basically do it this way. Let me just show you. It's slightly weird. Don't freak out by that weird thing there. And y, I'm going to make this equal to s. Ignore that. I'm just going to say everything from, I don't know, 5 to minus 5, and this is basically just give me some coordinates here. Ignore that bit here. Now if we say x is equal to, I don't know, we're going to say x is just equal to 4. Well, if x is equal to 4, if we look at this, we're going to go along to the x is 4 axis. X is always going to equal 4, so y could equal 1, 2, 3. It could equal minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. So it's just going to be a vertical line there where the x equals 4 the x equals 4 coordinate is. And if I press enter, that should, how do we do it? That should work. There we are. Bit of finger trouble. I'd actually set that to minus 5 and that 5, so I just swapped those around. That was 5 minus 5. I had to reverse them though, just figuring out how food plot works. So there we are, x equals 4. So what about if x equals, I don't know, minus 1? Where would x equals minus 1 be? Well, it basically means you're going along to x equals minus 1, and y, this time y could be anything. So x would be vertical like this, y could be any value. Y could be 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. As long as x equals minus 1, it'll be a vertical line like this. So let me just type in x equals minus 1. There we go. That's it. So that's basically horizontal and vertical lines. So what about if we add, let's put this back to, I don't know, x equals 3, something like that. What about if we had a line which is x equals 3 and y equals 2? Where would it cross? Well, if you think about it, x can only be 3 and y can only be 2. So I bet you that crosses at coordinates 3, 2. And if you look here, that point there is coordinates 3, 2. That's how that works.